Today we're going to see how oranges, limes, and lemons grow. In New Mexico, we don't grow orange trees because it's too cold, but here in Southern California they grow really well. So let me show you. You can see this is a younger orange. It's still green. It hasn't had time to mature yet, and it's pretty hard. Now right next to it, on the branches down below, you can see these are some oranges that have already matured. They're really dark orange, and I'm going to go ahead and cut one off. We'll see what it smells like. So you want to take clippers to your oranges. You can pull them off as well, but the clippers make it easier sometimes. Oh wow. It smells sort of green and like an orange, like citrus at the same time. So you can see this is like an orange you'd buy in the store, but it's right off the tree, so we need to wash it before we eat it. The flower end down here, this is called a navel orange because it looks like a navel, or it looks like your belly button. The leaves on the orange tree also have a really nice scent, and you can sort of crumple them up. Wow, they smell wonderful. Delicious. Look how big this tree is. It goes all the way up over the top of the garage. It's a little hard to pick when they're up that tall. But the oranges will ripen at slightly different times, so you can have oranges fresh off your tree. Another thing sometimes people will do is pick oranges and then make marmalade or jelly or jam out of them. And the rind on the orange, that's the outside part of the orange, is what you would use to make orange peel or marmalade. We're still in the same backyard garden here in Los Angeles. You can see what we have here is a different kind of a tree. This is growing in a container. It has a different plant around the bottom, but this is a lime tree. And look, even though the tree is not even as tall or about as tall as I am, it has lots of limes on it already. And this is a good way to grow citrus, especially if where you live is too cold. So you can grow it in a pot, bring it outside when it's warm, and then bring it back inside during the winter nights so that it doesn't get too cold. Let's go ahead and pick one of the limes. So you can see I've got my pruners here. This one seems pretty ripe. I'm going to go ahead and cut it right here. And you can see that's what a lime looks like when it comes off the tree. I want to show you something else on the lime tree, which is pretty interesting. If you look in here real closely, do you see there are thorns? So you have to be careful working with some citrus plants. They have sharp thorns just like cactus do. So as you know, before we eat any fresh fruits and vegetables, we always want to rinse them well. These have not been grown with pesticides, but they still have dirt from rain and from birds who've been, in the trees, and that's natural. We just want to rinse them off really well. You see that just with our fingers we can get that dirt off very easily. We don't want to use soap with fruits and vegetables. Just clean running water like this. There we go. Walking down the street, I found this mandarin orange tree growing in somebody's yard. You can see the fruit is not as round as a navel orange, and it's smaller. Like other citrus fruits, mandarins can be hard to pick. One nice thing about mandarin oranges is that they're very easy to peel. You can see that it has sections, just like a regular orange does. Now that I've peeled it, I just need to pull the mandarin apart. Look how easily the sections come apart. The last thing we're going to look at is a lemon tree. You can see these are really big lemons. This one is pretty ripe. This is what a lemon's going to look like if you leave it on the tree for a long time. You can see it's all dried up. But let's go ahead and pick this one. And of course we're going to want to wash it off before we eat it. Wow, but it smells really wonderful. It smells like a really fresh lemon. You can see up here, here's a lemon that's young still, so it hasn't turned yellow. It's still ripening, right next to a one that's a little bit riper. And you can see here, look at this, found a flower. Here's a lemon flower here. That'll turn into a lemon.